Welcome to Backstage at the Blues Fest. My name is Brian Breen. I'm a board member of the Baton Rouge Blues Foundation, which sponsors the festival. And they asked me to put together this selection of interviews over 2 days where we get to chat a little bit and discover things about our performing artists in a more intimate setting. And I'm really, really pleased to have with me today Mr. Castro Coleman, Mr. Sipp, who has took the blues world by storm beginning in 2014, winning the International Blues Challenge in Memphis. And I have watched the YouTube of that performance, and I was suitably blown away, even on video. I know. You watch the videos of these shows; it's never the same thing as being there live. But this one was pretty good.
We had a great time, man.
Oh, I bet.
Yes.
And now you grew up in what was it, Macomb, Mississippi,
Mississippi.
home of Bo Diddley.
Yes, yes.
And you were a young prodigy. When did you start playing?
I started playing at the age of 6.
Six.
Yeah.
Your hands are big enough to get around a guitar neck?
Well, actually, my hands was quite small, and I was playing a big guitar similar to this one here. So it was very uncomfortable, but it made me determined. So.
Oh, it paid off. Hey, what were your early musical experiences growing up? Were they with pop music, rock music, the church? What was it?
It was gospel music. I was brought up in a Christian-based home. My parents played and was singers and songwriters.
Yeah.
And the fortunate thing about me and my family is everybody in my family plays, sing, or write. I tell the story everywhere I go that I'm probably one of the least talented ones in my family, and that's the truth. But I was the only one that was crazy enough to pursue it as a living, and here I am today.
You got to be a little crazy.
Very crazy.
This business.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about now for those of you in our audience here. Mr. Coleman had a 20-year career in the gospel music industry.
Yes.
And could you just give us a little bit of idea what was that about? What was that like? What were some of the highlights or the lowlights?
I had a lot of highlights. I was fortunate enough to be connected with a lot of the great Mississippi gospel singers, like the Williams brothers, the Canton Spirituals, Lee Williams, the Christian Airs. And I was the kid that was always on the tour bus, toting the briefcase behind stage. So when it came my turn, to explore my talent, all those guys embraced me and gave me a chance. And
so were you like the touring guitar player in the band for the group? Or,
well, no. At first, around the age of 9, I was just a little kid that everybody liked,
Yeah.
And from that to age 14, just hanging around stage, and it was like, hey, let Lil Castro play, and then went from that to, hey, let him play on this record. Joined this group. Then I started my group, the True Believers. And
True Believers, right.
Yes, and we signed on the Williams Brothers record label, which was Blackberry Records, which was connected to the Malaco family.
Right.
So it's one big bowl of grits, man, and I was the butter.
And is the gospel circuit how similar or how different is that from other parts of the music business?
It's quite different. I'm learning a whole nother roadmap of the music business here in the blues. Great times and bad times, but I think that's in everything. And the gospel, I think 2010, I felt like I reached my max, so I took 2 years off.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Why did you make the transition?
I felt like I've been everywhere. I won some of every awards, all the awards that can be won. I wrote and produced songs for a lot of the great singers and performers. So it's like I felt like I maxed out and I was looking for something new. Now, the blues was the next thing for me. It had that feeling that, that I call it that thing. I can't explain that thing, but it's got that thing. And I realized 2014 that I've been playing blues all my life because I'm doing the same thing.
We had Mr. Jimmy Duck Holmes in here earlier, and he said, well, if you just you change the words around, and it can be almost the same thing.
Same thing.
As you do Saturday night, as you do Sunday morning.
Exactly. And I found as I look back, a lot of the jobs that I got when I was playing gospel, different artists would bring me in because I had that bluesy style, that bluesy feel. So they wanted that Mississippi bluesy style on their record. Even when writing a song, they wanted me to bring that Mississippi bluesy feel. So
now, from what I understand, that transition wasn't without some bumps. You got some pushback from the gospel people about playing the blues. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
It wasn't as bad as I thought. It was maybe a select few. I was expecting them to like crash down on my head. 20 years of building a fan base and followers. But it was a few of the preachers and that asked me how can I do both, and I told them that the blues will pay my bills and the gospel will keep me in a state of mind that I could do the blues. But it's the same feeling. And after 6 months they got over it, because I'm very determined. As no one can predict what I should do. Tell me what I should do. I'm a family man. I have a wife and 4 girls, and I do what I got to do to make sure that they're all right. And right now, it's the blues, so we're loving it.
Okay, and it's not like you were an enemy to the church.
No, because I'm still doing gospel shows. I mean, it's we at this point we have I think at least 12 shows this year, major shows. That my gospel band is doing. It's music, and everybody needs that healing, whether it's at a blues festival or as a church concert or And I'm grateful that I was blessed with the gift to provide that. So.
Tell me a little bit about your relationship with the Vicksburg Blues Society and Miss Shirley Waring, who I believe is the president of the organization.
Yes. I entered the Blues Challenge in Vicksburg. They are a great group of people.
So there's a regional side to that, which happens in the different towns.
Yes, and Vicksburg. When after sitting at home for 2 years, I told my wife I wanted to do something different, so I Googled Blues Opportunity in Mississippi, and that was the first thing that pulled up. Vicksburg Blues Society was hosting a challenge. So I called the number and I asked, can I be a part of the challenge? And she said, no. I said, I really need to. She said, well, the challenge is in 6 days. Do you have a band? I said, I have a band. She said, do you have some material? I said, I have material. So I called my cousins and I said, y'all want to play some blues? They was like, yes. I was like, okay, so meet me at the house and we're going to make up some songs. And that's what we did, and we went and won.
Now it took you another year, right? You did it 1 year and you placed, but you didn't win, and then you came back in 2014.
Right.
And then you won the whole shebang.
Yes, we 13 we. Well, in 2012, the end of 2012, we did the regional challenge, won first place, went to Memphis in January of 13, and wasn't expecting to get out of the first room, but we made it all the way to the finals. Yeah. We didn't win. We lost against Selwyn Birchwood, which is a great performer, a great blues man, and everybody was like, hey, you're not upset that you lost? I didn't lose. I made it to the finals with 4 songs that I made up 2 weeks ago, and put on a great show, and actually got a lot of work from that. Yeah. I was encouraged to come back 2014, and we had a little bit more time under our belt and experience, and we just went forward.
And where were you able to work on your blues chops? Was there a place to play with the audience?
At the Maristock Casino was a great place.
In Vicksburg?
Yes, in Vicksburg. I play there once a month, 3 one-hour sets, so that's a long time. That's the longest I ever played in my life. In gospel, we only did maybe 30 minutes, and when they mentioned 3 one-hour sets, I was like, okay, so how many songs is that?
That's
now?
a lot of material. It's a lot of material.
But I learned how to work it.
Yeah.
I learned new songs. I learned some cover songs. That was another challenge too. I'm a songwriter, so in 20 years I never sung anybody's song. So for me to come into a genre where they embrace doing covers, I thought I was going to literally die.
Well, who were your influences in terms of the blues?
B.B. King, first and foremost.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is amazing. He was amazing. And then I studied some Albert King and Albert Collins, Freddie King. I was on to the Kings,
Freddie King, if you listen to, and I grew up in the 70s, with Hendrix and Zeppelin, and you listen to those Jimmy Page riffs, and then you go back and listen to Freddie King, and you see where Jimmy Page got it.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Kings, those guys was great. And then I studied some Stevie Ray. Who else? Muddy Waters. I went back and studied some Elmo James and the older guys, just to see what it was and what they was doing, and mixed all that together and came up with the Sipp style.
Yeah. And it's quite a style. We're going to hear it, a little bit of it in a minute. I want you to tell me just a little bit about, you were in a recent film about James Brown called Get On Up.
Yeah.
And what did you...
I got casted as James Brown, first guitar player, Les Bowie. And that was just a phenomenal opportunity for me to be a part of that.
How did that opportunity come your way?
My manager found out that they was shooting a movie in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And this is the crazy thing. Nobody in Mississippi really believed that it was a real movie. So I was like, I'm going to go take my chances. So I went down there and spoke with the guy, Chuck. And I really didn't, after I gave my resume and I really didn't have to audition. They actually used me to try to find other musicians, other musicians in the, in the area.
Yeah.
And so it was a great opportunity,
Oh, totally fun. That's fun music to play, isn't it?
Oh yeah. James Brown was bringing it, man.
Yeah, he was. He was notoriously hard on his band members, though.
Yeah, and they say I'm kind of the same way. I don't believe in cheating in music, don't cheat. The music is so pure, so don't cheat the music for a check,
Okay, right on. Now I was listening to your album, both your albums, It's My Guitar, and particularly on Mississippi Blues Child, which is the latest release from on Malaco Records.
Right.
You mentioned them, and I hear the influence both of the classic electric blues and also hear soul, R&B, Memphis, Stax. I hear that sound on some of the songs too.
Yes. Well, first of all, Malaco is a soul-based label.
It is.
So with me bringing my style of the blues to Malaco, what I wanted to do, because it's a partnership, I wanted to give them something that they was familiar with. So there is a soul side of me that maybe 2 years from now I'm going to release just a total soul record.
Oh, wow.
But right now what I've been doing is on every record I put 2 or 3 soul songs on there. And I do want to announce that I just released a brand new album Friday entitled Knock a Hole in It.
Oh, really?
Yes, on the Malaco label. So.
That is fabulous. Will you be performing some of those songs today for us?
Yes, outside at the festival.
Let me remind our audience, our live audience here, that you can see Mr. Sipp's live set today at 6:30 p.m., I believe, on the Foundation stage, which is our big stage down the hill. And I know he's going to put on a heck of a show, because I've seen some of these YouTubes, and man, you're bringing it. So.
Man, we loving the music, and we loving the people that we do it for, man.
Yeah.
So,
would you like to jam on something?
Can we
for
do
us?
it?
Let's
can
do
we
it.
keep it rolling? So what I'm gonna do a song off of not the new album, but my last album. It's titled "Jump the Broom." How about it? Can we do it?
I like that song.
Okay, so we're in the key of E. So let's just You ready?
Oh, yeah.
I said, jump the broom, baby. Come on and marry me. Jump the broom, baby. Please marry me. Girl, you the prettiest little thing that field has ever seen. Now your daddy don't want me to take his baby girl away. Oh, your daddy don't want me to take his baby girl away. He keep telling me to leave her, but your mama keep telling me to stay. So pick up your bags, baby, run away with me. You need to pack up your bags, baby. Please run away with me. We gonna leave old Mississippi, stop somewhere down there in Tennessee. Let me knock a hole in here. Won't you do something make me feel better, huh? What a shame, what a shame. It had to be this way. What a shame, what a shame. It had to be this way. Mama said, now that baby girl is gone, you've got to find somewhere to stay. How about it?
Very nice. How we doing on time?
I'm good.
You want to do one more?
Yeah, what you want to do? Huh? Nobody's business? Let's do it. Key of G. Okay, so this song is, we call it Ain't Nobody's Business, and it's one we'll be doing out there. Key of G. Said it ain't nobody's business what I do with my check. Said it ain't nobody's business what I do with my check. Y'all, I done worked all week. I'ma spend this money. Oh, so what the heck? I'm gonna tell my bill collectors I ain't paying no bills this week. I'm gonna tell my bill collector I ain't paying no bills this week. I'm gonna spend it how I wanna, save me a few dollars and buy myself a treat. I'm gonna find me a casino and gamble my money all away. I'm gonna find me a casino and gamble my money all away. Y'all done worked all week. I'ma spend this money. Don't care what nobody say. Let me knock a hole in it here. Do something make me feel better. Now y'all help me say this right here. Say, it ain't nobody's business, y'all say. It ain't nobody's business, y'all say. It ain't nobody's business, you say. It ain't nobody's business, you say. Ain't nobody's business what we do with our checks. Oh.
Thank you, Mr. Sipp. Mr. Castro Coleman, give it up. And I am not missing this show, 6:30 on the Foundation stage. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And everybody follow me on my website. That's www.mrsiptmbc.net. And
NBC.net.
.net. And like I said, I'll be in the Louisiana area much more. I got quite a few things coming up. Jazz Fest, Little Walter Fest. Y'all come hang out with me. Love y'all.
Thank you so much.